Hey, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for checking out this video. Hope you are having a fantastic day. Gregg Berhalter, should he stay or should he go? That is the question, and the vibe I'm getting from most of you out there is the answer is he should go. I think maybe that crushing loss to Colombia was the final straw for a lot of people. Now they do play, depending on when you're watching this. I'm recording this before the Brazil match. They do play Brazil tonight, so we will see how that goes. Maybe that'll change some minds. I think some people though are pretty much at the point where this is it, and with good reason. I have to say, I can tell you though, I've never really been a Berhalter fan. I didn't like the original hire. Then the results weren't there. There was all the drama at the World Cup with the Ranias. And nobody looked good in that. Okay, Berhalter didn't come out looking good in that either. The Rangers didn't look good in that. It was a mess. And then the U.S. Soccer Federation made an even bigger mess of it with firing him for that, and then doing their so-called search, and then deciding he was the absolute best candidate out there and bringing him back. So, but look, in the Berhalter area era, there we go. In the Berhalter era, other than their 4 wins against Mexico, under Berhalter, this team has one against a top 25 team, and that was against Iran in the World Cup, which wasn't exactly a dominating performance. So there hasn't been much to celebrate on all these long, and here we are in giving him a second World Cup cycle when he's produced nothing with supposedly, arguably, the best, deepest group of players that U.S. soccer has ever had. I mean, it's mind-boggling. Now, look, I'll tell you, if you're asking me, do I say he should go? Yes, but I'm also going to defend him a little bit because, well, first of all, with the way U.S. soccer has been, I don't think they're going to make a good decision in bringing someone else in that's going to fix anything, which also goes to the next part I'm going to make, which is where I'm going to actually defend Berhalter a little bit. And who better to defend him than someone that never wanted him to be hired in the first place? I think in the press conference after, one of the things he said was that the players don't respect the game. And I think he's getting some heat for that, but there's where I agree with him. Um, Now, that's partially on him. You have a culture and environment. The coach can set that. I think that can even be more important than tactics at a time. But, and as a youth coach, I've told my players this often. One of the great things about the sport is that it's a player's game completely, much more so than, say, the NBA or the NFL, where you have not only lots of set plays, but then you have lots of stoppages and you have timeouts and the coaches, and on and on. Where it's soccer, the game starts, and yeah, the coach can yell some things here or there, but in the run of play, I mean, there are no set plays. Players are making decisions. Like that's one of the great things about it. Once you get out and you're playing, it's on you as the player. And there was a lot made before the Columbia game that for the first time in U.S. history, the starting 11, every single player was playing in a top five Euro league, or I should say, in a top five Euro league. I'm not necessarily playing. All right, we'll get to that too. But this supposed golden generation has produced zero, zero, nada, nothing, nil, no results. There are no results from this team. And don't give me anything that's in CONCACAF because I don't care. Because they should win everything in CONCACAF. It's the whole reason we go to the World Cup except for 2018 is because we're in CONCACAF. Um, because look, we've beaten top teams in the past. We've gotten just as far multiple times in the World Cup in the past. We've beaten Brazil in the past. We've beaten Spain when they were really, really good. I want to say ranked number one, maybe number two, but they were a top five team at the time. And But we haven't beaten anyone of note under Berhalter or with the supposed golden generation. Matt Turner, we start with Matt Turner. And this is where I go back to the EuroLeague thing. Matt Turner is not as good as Matt Turner from a couple of years ago. He's not the goalkeeper that he was. And I think a big part of that goes back to the EuroLeague comment I made is a lot of people say, oh, well, go over to Europe even if you're not playing because of the environment and all this. Hasn't worked for Matt Turner, and I don't think he's the only one. Being a backup in Europe and not playing is not better than being a starter in MLS. It's just not. We with all its faults of the competitiveness of MLS compared to other leagues, you need to play. And Matt Turner is not as good as he was, and we need a good goalkeeper. That's one thing we've always traditionally had was good goalkeeping. And guess what? When you're not as good on the pitch, goalkeeping is gonna keep you in games that you might not otherwise be in and have a chance to get a result. But look, we can go down the list. I mean, where was McKennie in this game? What did McKennedy do? What did Weston McKennie do? What did Gio Reyna do? What did Christian Pulisic do? What is Pulisic's signature win and performance? For all this touting of Captain America, and yet, you know what? He had a great season in Serie A this year. But for the national team, what is his signature win and performance? Iran in the World Cup? Okay. It's Iran in the group stage. Was there anyone who thought we shouldn't have won that game? It really just seems to me that there there's a whole lot of entitlement with this group, with this generation, and not a lot of heart or effort. They want to talk about pedigree and where they're all playing now. And they've this is a talented US team. Maybe, but you have to get results with that talent. And this generation, golden generation, hasn't gotten any. Nothing. Past generations of supposed weaker, less skilled teams have done much better. This team very soon needs to have a come to Jesus moment about who they really are and whether or not they're willing to pay the price to fulfill this supposed potential that they have. Because if they don't, it's all going to fall apart quickly. They're going to get passed over. And when we look back, we're not going to look back at them as this golden generation. We're going to look back at them as this wasted generation, if not this soft generation, this disappointing generation of soccer players who, when they appeared, we thought was maybe a turning point in U.S. soccer development. Which is the other thing too. I would say one thing in Berhalter's defense, um, other than culture, I think a bad coach can do a lot more, have a lot more of a negative impact than a good coach can have as a positive impact, especially on a national team with how little they have them. Um, a lot of what we complain about with the team is not stuff that should be on the national team coach's head. These guys should already be playing good soccer. And yeah, you gotta play with them, get them to play as a team and work on that. And you have to have a philosophy, sure, but it's not his job to develop these guys. That should already have happened. So I'm gonna leave it there. Uh, I'm looking forward to the Brazil match tonight. We'll see what's happening. But let me know in the comments below what you think about this. Should Berhalter go? Is it more on the players? Should he be given a second chance because the players are so underachieving? Or if we bring in someone else, will that help fix the problem with the players? Have they checked out on Berhalter? But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you get a chance, please like and subscribe to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. And somewhere here at the end of this should be appearing a video. That'll be the link to my deep dive that I did right after the Colombian game if you want to check that out. But yeah, that's all I got for you. I appreciate you checking out this video, and I will talk to you later.